Hey everybody, welcome back to Ham Shack TV. I'm your host Josh AA4WX right here on Ham Shack TV. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is brought to you by Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League. They are the proud sponsors of the Ham Shack TV Hamfest Tour, fueled by Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League. And you know what? We've got the man himself here with us tonight. Here's Andy N0APX. Welcome back to Ham Shack TV, buddy. Good to see you.
Hey Josh, good to see you, my friend.
Awesome. Glad you're here. Got some exciting updates with both products there. Let's start off with Ham Radio Prep. What's new there?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've had the content team hard at work on Ham Radio Prep these last few weeks, doing some really crazy stuff. So since we've last talked, we've launched the MCOM course. I think that was close to being launched, maybe the last time we talked. So we've got the Emergency Communications MCOM 101 course out. That one's really exciting. We put a lot of work into that, and we've had a lot of people already go through that, and they really like it. We took our Baofeng Basics course and kind of completely re-engineered it, added a lot of information, rebranded it Ham Radio Basics. So if you bought the Baofeng Basics course, you'll still have all that information in there. We've just added a lot, rebranded it, expanded it, made it a whole lot better. So those are ready. We of course have the all the question pools and everything up to date for our technician, general, and amateur extra license courses. And then we have been kind of under the behind the scenes working on a new course. And I'll go ahead and tell you, today we will be launching a space and satellite course here in just a few weeks. Could be maybe a couple of months. I can double check the date on that. But yes, we have a space and satellite course coming up. So we're super excited about that. We've been doing a lot of work on that. Professor Jim even got an AMSAT that he was able to put together, and we even have that in the content of that course if you want to see what an AMSAT looks like. So it's just an amateur radio satellite. It's a really neat little device, and just really interesting content overall. So be on the lookout for that coming out.
That's really exciting stuff. I've still been advertising as the Baofeng Basics course, so that is great to know that now it's more encompassing. What
Absolutely.
You may have already covered this, but what other than Baofeng's, what all's really covered in that Ham Radio Basics course?
Well, we've kind of expanded it to include a little bit more. Not the original course was kind of how you take an HT, program your HT, and get it on the air. And we chose the Baofeng. That was really popular. We've included one or two more HT models. It's kind of showing a selection how to pick your HT model that you want to use, and how to go through that process. And then we also included quite a bit of stuff on how to operate on repeaters, or and that type of thing. And then we went ahead and dove into HF. So you've got an introduction to HF, portable HF, parks on the air, HF digital, an introduction to satellite operating, which is kind of the precursor to what we're doing now. We did an introduction to Morse code, introduction to MCOM. So we really added a lot of information there that's not just VHF, UHF specific or Baofeng specific. We've added a lot of information that's kind of all-encompassing to the hobby, where you can really dive in and kind of get the basics of everything all in one course.
That's really great. And I would suggest anybody that takes the technician course with Ham Radio Prep, which I got to say, folks, I've had so many of my viewers come back and say that the technician course has helped them get their license. If you're going to take the technician course, go ahead and take that ham radio basics course. I think it'll really help you. But the satellite course that's coming along, that's really exciting, because I know there's a lot of folks that have a lot of interest in the space communications and things like that.
Absolutely, yeah. It'll be satellite communications, from Earth, satellite, Earth, that type of thing. I think we've got a section on Earth, Moon, Earth, possibly. I haven't seen the entire lesson schedule yet, but we've got how to communicate over satellites. We've got stuff about communicating the ISS. It's just all anything space and satellite related, to ham radio. We've got a lot of stuff in there to pique your interest. So go check that out.
That's exciting. And guys, go to hamradioprep.com and use my coupon code HamShackTV. You'll get an additional 10% off, and their prices are fantastic, y'all. They throw the 10% on, and it's even better. So I think you'll enjoy it. So I know that some of the team is heading to Dayton at the time of this recording, guys. Dayton is about a week away from us. No, some of the guys are going to Dayton. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like you're going to make it. Did I hear that Professor Jim's going to make an appearance up there?
Absolutely. Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to make it this year. But yeah, James, our CEO, N0WRL, Professor Jim, N4BFR, and I think one or two other members of the team will be there. So if you want to, stop by the booth there, and they'll have a whole table set up where you can grab a selfie with Professor Jim. You can sign up to get on our email list. They have a whole lot of really great promotional stuff going on there. So go check that out, and grab you. If you've passed one of our courses, grab you a free pin and a selfie with Professor Jim.
Well, I'm sure they'll also be up there promoting your sister company, which is your primary responsibility, World Radio League. Tell us for those watching that don't know what World Radio League, what it is, and tell us what's new in it.
Yeah, absolutely. So they'll definitely be promoting World Radio League. I think James, our CEO, N0WRL, will be handling that side of the booth. World Radio League, as you can see here, it's a modern cloud logging service. So we have a mobile app, and we have this web app interface, and very soon we'll have an offline capable desktop app as well. The mobile app is offline capable. You can take it to a park, do POTA activations with it. But yes, it's just cloud logging, analytics. Well, we'll get into all of that here in just a minute. But at its core, it's cloud logging and contact confirmation service. So just to start off here, I don't remember exactly where we were at when we last spoke, but we've had so much progress in the last several months that it's been kind of hard to keep up. But it really, we were making a lot of progress, and then Winter Field Day came along and really kicked us off really good. So our whole contesting system, we kind of partnered with the Winter Field Day guys to be their official kind of live leaderboard, if you will. So you didn't have to participate in our leaderboard to be in Winter Field Day, but if you wanted to have that live kind of scoreboard there, then you could use our service. They were promoting us, we were promoting them. We kind of had a partnership there with them in January. So it was either January or February. I can't remember exactly the date. But anyway, so based off of that, we really kind of reinvented our contesting platform. So you can see here we've got a lot of the upcoming QSO parties, contests, all the way clear past Field Day in June, and we'll be continuing to add more of those. We've been working really closely with the state QSO party guys, really closely with them, getting a lot of these contests, put together, and all the exchanges right, and kind of matching the specs that they want to see in a live contesting leaderboard environment. So you can see here, we have the leaderboard over here. We've kind of totally just, like I said, reinvented our whole contesting system. So it's a lot more comprehensive than it was. We've got the leaderboard here, and of course this contest it's going to start this weekend, so there's no contacts or users on this leaderboard yet, but that will change when the contest starts. We've got a statistics page here, so when QSOs are logged, the top the bands, the modes, QSOs per hour all show up as graphs here really nicely. You can kind of see, what the trends are during the contest, what bands are hot, what modes are hot. In this map view, you can see all the people who are participating in the contest. They'll pop up on this map with little pins, and you can scroll down here to the bottom, and of course there's nothing on here, so it's not letting me scroll all the way down, but there'll be a leaderboard pop up here with the latest contacts made. You've got a whole rules section here, so you've got all the contest rules all listed in here. You can enroll in one of these for free, and then you can go over to your logbook, and of course we have serial number and serial number received and sent. So, and we've definitely improved our logic on these serial number fields to where now when you whenever you log a contact, it just increments your serial number to the next number, and you can just keep rolling with it. You don't have to enter anything in there after you enter the first one. So that's kind of our contesting system in a nutshell. It's, like I said, it's really improved over the last, since the first of the year. It's just, we've really put a lot of work into it. Our dev team has been just going nuts with it and doing a fantastic job. So nextly, we've added this expanded profile here. So if you scroll down to this biography section, you have this whole we call it a long bio. Basically, it's just kind of an expanded version of your short bio up at the top. You have this really long. You can edit it. And that's something else I'll show you here in a moment, is light mode versus dark mode. But you've got all these options you can add in here. All these rich text options, and you can put these iframes in here like this. Just really great improvements there. Light mode, we've got light mode now, so you can just click this button to switch between light and dark mode. Yeah, so that's kind of the main changes we've made to the profile. Now, when you go to log contacts, we have this really neat new feature. Let me grab a logbook that's got some contacts in it so you can see here. You can jump over to this stats page now, and you've got a QSOs per hour rate. You've got the amount of time you were on the air, how many contacts you made, your top band, your number of bands here in top band, your number of modes, your top mode, how many DX you've contacted, your longest DX, and the states and provinces you've contacted. So that view is actually shareable. So all I have to do is click this and wait for it to kind of save this screenshot out. Then I can either download it or copy a link and share that. Just a really nice, pretty shareable view. One of our devs in particular spent some time on this and really made it beautiful. So shout out to him. Then we've got this map view here, which we've always had this map view, but we've really expanded it to be this really pretty shareable view. So if you click on this share map button here, you instantly are greeted with this beautiful layout. Some of those stats I was talking about earlier are over here on the side. You can share that same way, copy the link or download the image. And yeah, this is I love this map view. It's one of my favorite just high level features that we've added. I just really like it.
I think it really helps you visualize what you're doing. I love the map
absolutely.
view.
Oh yeah, I can go grab a different logbook, like say my Winter Field Day logbook if I've got it handy here, or even one of my recent POTA activations. I'll just grab one of those. Let's see here. So yeah, here's a POTA I did with 18 contacts. You can see this map here. If I share it, yeah. So anyway, just really neat view there, and see if it's an activity. It's got this tag up here and where you were at and all that stuff. up here in the corner. So really, really neat shareable view.
That's fantastic. And I've got to say, I'm going back to the contest side of things. I've been following the contest ever since you all started putting it in, and a lot of, let's face facts, a lot of people use N3FJP. You all are taking what they've done and gone a total extra 100 miles with it. It's really fantastic. All the just straight up data that is at your fingertips when you're running a contest in the application. I love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've been putting a lot of work into it, and we'll be putting a lot more into it. We're partnering with the WRTC World Radio Sport Team Championship. We'll be hosting their leaderboard for the 2026 championship. So we're super excited about that, and we've like I said, we've been putting a lot of work into these contests and leaderboards. Something else that we've really done a lot of enhancements with is this spotting tab here. Now, just to point out, I can't show you because I'm sharing a single tab here, but you can pop out this spotting view and this stats view here. You can pop them out into a separate window, put them on another screen if you want to. But we've really been working behind the scenes on this spotting tab here, and we're going to be adding very soon. We're going to be dropping some DX clusters, some SOTA spots, and WWFF spots into this view here. So you'll be able to filter those. So keep an eye out for that. You've also got, of course, a map view for your spots, and this grid view here, which kind of gives you a little bit more information. But yeah, we're really excited. We've even got a little button up here where you can pause this refresh. If you want to leave it somewhere for 5 minutes or something, work down through through all the stations on the spot page without them always refreshing and rearranging. You can just pause the refresh, and yeah, that'll be coming here very soon. So nextly, let's go ahead and take a look at QSO Manager. This is a new one. So now, instead of going to each individual logbook and editing each individual contact, you can literally filter by whatever you want to filter by here. Band, mode, multiple bands, multiple modes, by logbook, country, by import. If you made several imports, you can filter by import, by duplicate contacts, by confirmed contacts. You can filter, you can select all. You've got all these filter options here. Search call signs. And then you can just select a number of contacts. Hit this bulk edit details button. Change anything you want to. Save your changes. And it changes all those contacts no matter where they're at, what logbook they're in. It just changes all just the details you edit here. Any details that you change in this view, it'll change those on every one of those contacts. It's kind of it encompasses all your logbooks. So if you just keep scrolling down through here and paging through this view, you'll eventually get to, you'll get through all your contacts in this view here. I think we show 50 at a time, and you can page through them. You can move them between logbooks. Like I just showed, you can bulk edit the details. You can export a group of them. You can export all your QSOs at once with this button right here. You can import an ADIF from this view. Now, we have these default columns here, but you can always just click this button, change what columns you see in this view. Add stuff, move them around, rearrange them from there. So this has been just a game-changing addition. It's probably one of the most powerful changes we've made. It's just this ability to just filter by anything, change anything. It's all at your disposal. So if you have something with some wrong details, you can just grab that group of contacts and change them without doing it individually or trying to find all those contacts within their own logbooks.
Wow, that's really remarkable. This thing has grown so much, and I'm so proud that I was able to get in early on it and that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of getting in early, I'm one of the founding members of
Absolutely.
World Radio League. Do you guys still have the founding option available?
I think we've still got some founding member numbers available. I'll have to double check and see exactly where we're at. But yes, we still have some founding member numbers available. You can get a founding member pin like this one right here.
See if I can get you pulled up there. There you go.
So you can grab yourself a founding member pin. If all you have to do is just subscribe to one of our paid levels. That's all you got to do. Any one of our paid levels will get you founding member status for the first 5,000 paid users. Now we've got a whole lot more than that in number of total users, but I think we still got some paid slots open until we fill out our founding member usage. Something else while we're in the middle of this QSO manager is this activity log. This here, it shows you what type of activity you've done. So if you've done a bulk edit, if you've exported a bunch of contacts, if you've, merged logbooks, that type of thing, that'll all show up in here. And you can view that change. It'll show you this nice broken out view. So if you're afraid you made a mistake and you don't know for sure, you just grab this view button here and you can see exactly what you changed on a bulk edit. And just really handy for tracking down, like if you made a mistake or something, you could just track it down right here, no problem.
That's outstanding. And circling back around to memberships here, it is important. I do want to make sure everybody knows, if you don't want to pay anything, World Radio League is completely free. You can join, get a basic membership, don't have to pay a single penny. But I gotta tell you, the premium options are so worth it. So worth it.
And they're getting better too. We're improving. Just so you kind of have an idea here. We've currently got 26,601 users of World Radio League. Now, like I said, we've still got a few of those founding member slots open, but that's how many users we have. So if you want to sign up for free, see if you think it's worth it, go right ahead. It's you've got you've got all of the basic logging functionality is there for you to use, even in the free. We'll go through some of the stuff that you get access to when you pay for a subscription, but yes, all the basic logging functionality is there in the free membership, and it's not going anywhere.
All right, Andy, so you mentioned that there are several different tiers of membership. Of course, there's the free tier, but you get so much more in the paid tiers. Tell everybody about what those paid tiers do.
Absolutely, Josh. So you've got, like you said, your free tier. You've got a basic membership. You've got a premium tier and a VIP tier. So on your free tier, you can import, I believe it's up to 3,000 contacts, maybe 10,000 contacts. Then after that, each tier gives you the ability to import more contacts. The VIP tier, you can import as many as you want to import. So that importing is kind of more data intensive on our end than just simply logging contacts. So we have to kind of break that down because cloud costs are a thing. So our free tier, when you're just logging contacts, you can log as many as you want to log. It's only imports you're restricted on. So log as many contacts as you want to log in our free tier, and we're never planning on taking that away from you. So also some of our new paid features are like our analytics and award system. So for 100DX, 50 states award, you've got awards at 10 DX. You get award for your first DX. You get award at like 50 DX, 25 states, and those awards are a lot of fun because you've got a progress bar you're working along with, and you've got progress on number of contacts versus number of contacts confirmed, so you can kind of keep up with the whole spectrum there, and follow. Now you can get awards all the way up to the top award. The 50 state and the 100 DX we've reserved for confirmed contacts only. Every other one you don't have to have your contacts confirmed. We may change that at some point in the near future to allow you to add unconfirmed, to have an unconfirmed version of the award, but you'll definitely get that confirmed endorsement on there if you do get all those contacts confirmed. So that's kind of one of our newer paid features, and we're looking at adding several more. I'm not going to go into all of them right now, but we do have several more coming. More things we've added We've added the ability to sign into your QRZ account if you have a QRZ subscription to do lookups, call sign lookups. But also, we are building our own call sign database. The third party we were using to do free lookups Anyway, I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but it kind of fell apart on us. The third party kind of was not keeping up with demand, so we kind of had to let them go. And we've been actually developing our own database, so we're going to have our own internal call sign lookup database, probably in a matter of a few weeks. And that way, even if you don't have a QRZ subscription, you're still going to get all the call sign lookup data. We've had so many things, Josh. It's been really exciting, but we've got cat control now, so you can connect to your radio, log with the frequency popping up in your logbook. You can change the frequency from your logbook, changes it on your radio. It's a desktop app, so you install the app alongside your web browser with your logbook in it. Run them side by side, and yeah, it just makes that experience so much smoother. You can double click on a spot on the spotting page, copies the frequency and all the details over into your logbook, changes your radio to that frequency, and you can just roll with it. Within that app, we've also added some integrations with WSJTX, N1MM, and N3FJP. So if you're using one of those softwares, you can stream those contacts straight across into your World Radio League logbook. That's all contained within that app.
That is exciting. Boy, I'm out of focus.
Yeah.
There we go. But no, the cat control is something that I personally was looking forward to, and it's just great, and I'm so excited to continue seeing the development. I have said ever since you and I met that I fully believe World Radio League is the future. It is totally the future.
That's what
of
we're
the
shooting
way.
for.
Yeah, of the way we're going to log contacts going forward. I really believe that. All right, so that's great. Folks, go to worldradioleague.com, get you a free account, try it out, then look at the other options. I think you'll enjoy it. So we talked about Professor Jim. I think you and Professor Jim are working on a special project together now, aren't you?
Absolutely. And just to wrap the World Radio League conversation up there, I did not cover everything we've done. So if you saw the product when me and Josh last talked, go look at it, because it has had so many improvements. I couldn't cover it all in 30, 45 minutes, however long this video is going to be. But it's really, really big. But so me and Professor Jim have been having a lot of fun lately. We've got a new podcast called QRM, and our good friend Vince VE6LK, some of you might recognize that call sign, does an intro for us on that podcast, and then me and Jim have been doing that podcast. We just recorded our 4th episode, and I'll be editing that down and hopefully posting by the end of the week or the beginning of next. So watch for that. We had a really good conversation with the founder of the Long Island CW Club, and it was a really fun episode. So check that out after you get done watching this video. But yeah, we've been working on QRM. It's been a really fun ride, and like I said, we just recorded our 4th episode. We've got guests lined up for the 5th and possibly the 6th, and we're having a lot of fun.
That's so exciting. I'm really excited to check that out. And guys, you can go check out that podcast down in the link description. I know you said it's on the YouTube for World Radio League. It's on the World Radio League YouTube channel, so go subscribe over there so you know when new episodes come out, when we put out new World Radio League videos. And yes, it's just a podcast playlist on that channel. And guys, go check out the Ham Radio Prep YouTube channel. We've had some really fun videos come out really recently on that channel. One, even our CEO, James, N0APX, climbed Professor Jim's tower, and they put together a really fun video on that. He did an antenna repair, and so they had a lot of fun doing that one. Go check that out. That sounds awesome. Now, the podcast, and we haven't talked about this before, the podcast, is it available on other platforms or just YouTube right now?
Right now, it's just YouTube. We're trying to get it out on other platforms It's you know, it's going to take us just a little bit of time to get all the accounts set up and everything. But yeah, we're planning on starting to push it out on other platforms soon.
Well, that's super exciting. So,
yeah,
folks, remember to stop by the Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League booth in Dayton. I know I will be there, and we'll stop by and visit with Professor Jim and James there, and check in with those guys. Andy, what have we not covered? What else? What else do you need to get out there?
Well, Josh, we've covered an awful lot. I'll just say, stay tuned to our progress, because we have a lot of big things in the works right now that are really going to kind of define the next era of the continuing era, I should say, of World Radio League. And it's just really exciting what we've got in the works right now. So keep an eye out for that. And also, on a closer to home note, if you're going to be in Springfield, Missouri on June 7th, I will be at the Smark Hamfest in Springfield. It's set up for World Radio League and Ham Radio Prep. We'll have a couple tables there.
That's exciting. I hope to make that in the next few years. Yeah, I know you've been talking that up a whole lot. And if we're talking about future enhancements to World Radio League, put a little bug in your ear, and I'm sure you're probably already working on this. I would love to see an alternative to Digital Master 780 with World Radio League. That would be awesome. And folks that are not familiar with that, it's a program that will do PSK and FSK and CW and all that good stuff. It's basically an all digital mode software. So we'll leave that one with you, Andy. Hopefully you can get your devs to come up with something.
We'll take a look at it. I'm not making any promises right now, but we'll certainly take a look at it.
I love it. I believe in you. I believe you. All right, guys. Well, appreciate Andy being here, and appreciate his company's support of the Ham Shack TV Hamfest Tour, fueled by Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League. If it wasn't for them and you guys, you subscribers, this tour wouldn't be possible. So we're excited to get to see everybody at Dayton. You had something on your mind there.
I was just gonna say, I really, really appreciate all the support, Josh. You've been fantastic as one of our partners. We've been really, really grateful to have you on board, and it's been a lot of fun just being able to work with you. And we just really appreciate you. Just wanted to let you know that.
Oh, fantastic! Well, I appreciate that, Andy. I'll talk to you here in just a moment. We'll wrap up the video. Appreciate you guys being here on this episode of Ham Shack TV. Looking forward to more content coming in the very near future. I have no idea why my camera is going crazy with the focus, but that's just part of it, I guess. Dayton content coming up in the next few days to few weeks. We will start pushing more stuff out. Sunday night, May the 11th, Ham Shack TV is going to be on Ham Radio 2.0 along with all your favorite YouTubers. So we're excited about that. We'll be previewing the Dayton Hamvention. And guys, if you're interested in getting your ham radio license or any of the courses, go check out hamradioprep.com and use coupon code HamShackTV for an additional 10% off. Thanks for watching, guys. 73s. We'll see you on the next one. AA4WX, WSCB 693.